Before I came to Nigeria, I used to hear Nigerians complaining about bad roads and all that, and I used to think we are all the same. Cameroon, Nigeria, bad roads everywhere. But when I came to Nigeria, I noticed it was different. We are not the same. You people have good roads. There are good roads in Nigeria.
When we got upstairs, I was not ready for this view. I mean, from down, it was looking good, but the upstairs, immediately say my just jump inside. It was so comfortable, so airy, so nice. My friends were surprised that we knew all the Nigerian songs being played. I'm like, what do you think we listening to?
This is such a beautiful hotel, y'all. Like, first of all, let me just say Abuja is so relaxing, super peaceful. After breakfast, it was time to head out to town. But first, I just want to give y'all, like, Abuja is that girl. That girl.
Have you ever wondered what Africans from other countries really think when they move to Nigeria? Well, today, we are hearing directly from our neighbors in Cameroon, and their experiences in Nigeria might surprise you. In a series of viral videos, several Cameroonians living in Nigeria or visiting are sharing their honest culture shocks, personal experiences, and why they believe Nigeria represents something bigger for Africa. One Cameroonian guy, currently living in Calabar in Cross River State, described Nigeria as a true example of what African unity should look like. According to him, Nigeria is one of the few places in Africa where no African feels like a foreigner. He says Nigerians welcome black people from across the continent with open arms, with little or no discrimination.
Nigeria is a true definition and example of what all African countries should look like. They are the giants of Africa for a reason. In Nigeria, as long as you are black, regardless of the country you come from, you will be treated equally with respect as every other Nigerian citizen, regardless of where you come from. As long as you are black, you will be treated fairly and equally like every other person in Nigeria. And that's what makes Nigeria to stand out. Unlike other African countries that you go to, you cannot feel free. They'll be questioning you, where are you from, this, that, or this. Nigeria is not like that. Nigeria is so free. As long as you are black, you are treated fairly. As long as you are black, you are treated with respect and fairness in Nigeria. And I think that's one thing the rest of the African countries should copy. Africa is supposed to be one, and that's what Nigeria is doing. Nigeria treats every African as one, as a brother. Unlike other Africans that treat other Africans like they are not part of, or we are like as if we are not one. Nigeria treats every African as one. And I love that about Nigeria.
He also pointed out something many people rarely talk about: Nigeria's infrastructure. Using Calabar as an example, he praised the road network and city planning, saying the roads are far better than what many people experience back home in Cameroon.
Before I came to Nigeria, I used to hear Nigerians complaining about bad roads and all that, and I used to think we are all the same. Cameroon, Nigeria, bad roads everywhere. But when I came to Nigeria, I noticed it was different. We are not the same. You people have good roads. There are good roads in Nigeria. Like, I've been in Calabar, I've traveled almost all of Cross River, right up to Obanliku, which is like the last local government in Cross River State. I did not see any bad road. Like, traveling from Calabar to Obanliku, which is like a 12 hours journey, I didn't see any bad road. It was all tarred from Calabar to Obanliku. Just imagine, and people complain about bad roads. Like, how is that bad road? Have you ever seen bad road before? Go to Cameroon then and you come back and tell me if the people have bad roads. Like, I've not seen bad roads yet. People are enjoying, though. People don't know what you have. People are enjoying. Honestly, let's leave jokes aside, though. I've not seen bad roads here. Even here in Calabar, in the city of Calabar, if I want to talk about like the city of Abuja, Abuja is a big city in Cameroon, like the capital of the southwest region. We don't have a double lane road in Abuja, like a road that has double lanes, like double lanes road like we have here in Calabar everywhere. We don't have it. Like all our the only road we have in Abuja is one way. We have only one way, but it's like a whole capital of a whole region.
But that's not all. He also highlighted something he believes is a major strength of Nigeria: its federal system of government. Unlike Cameroon's centralized unitary system, Nigeria gives significant power and autonomy to state governors, allowing different regions to develop in their own way.
One thing I admire so much about Nigeria is this federal system of government, where every state is independent, like every state is like a country of its own. And that's what helps to push development in the country, because every state wants to be the best. Like every state is struggling to develop itself so it can be better than the other, thereby empowering development in the various states. In Nigeria, here you see every state has its own government. They operate on their own. They have their own state schools, state this, everything is like they don't even need to answer to the main government. Unlike in Cameroon, where everything is being controlled by the central government. Everything. That's why they're not competing with anybody. Whatever they do, whatever they like, because there's no competition with any other person. Unlike here in Nigeria, you see every state has their university, their state university, hospitals, or that every state is trying to develop itself to be the best, and I really admire it a lot, and it's really favoring the country. It's so good, man. It's so good.
So what exactly shocked these Cameroonians the most about life in Nigeria? What cultural differences did they notice? And why do some of them believe Nigeria could be a model for the rest of Africa? In this video, we'll watch real reactions and experiences from Cameroonians living across Nigeria or visiting as they share their honest thoughts. Let's get into it.
I've come to the conclusion that Nigerian pepper is not hot at all. In the cooking videos, the way I used to see them put much pepper, I would think it would stink so bad, but it's not that hot. It's like stew. Maybe that's why they put much. Or maybe I'm just used to eating pepper too much. Come with me as a Cameroonian visiting Nigeria to stroll around Lagos. So my very important friend took us to two places. We met us more traffic, a little bit of hold up. Since I've been in Nigeria, I've not really experienced that real Lagos traffic. Thank God, because I don't have energy for it. We went to this place, I don't know the name. I was not really checking, but it's in somewhere around Victoria Island, not far from Echo Hotel. I saw I said, Joy, life. As we enter, I had to go upstairs on our rooftop. So we used the ascenseur. Le français d'abord. And that's the biggest celeb in the building. I looked at 17 people. Majority say major draka for your hand. But it's well, I confirm myself. When we got upstairs, I was not ready for this view. I mean, from down, it was looking good, but the upstairs. Immediately say my just jump inside. It was so comfortable, so airy, so nice. My friends were surprised that we knew all the Nigerian songs being played. I'm like, what do you think we listening to? Those mottos. See me to go take a alcoholic cocktail. They say I feel drink alcohol. I said my sister no fit take alcoholic cocktail. Go take juice. No fit. We had turkey, puff, soya, a lot of things. But my favorite was the yam. The yam was so good. I don't know what are the way they make. Then the famous Nigerian jollof. I'll give my review. Remind me. After that 1 year, pop very unannounced. I said, Jesus say my own go stand for guy here going again for year. To my greatest surprise, no guns. It was just fireworks. Therefore, we went to say, look at the sky, me man. The people don't play man come on. You know to man don't go. Just should not so for your piece. You po. Jesus. After eating and drinking and vibing, I was still on the view. I never waka, but Nigeria. Lagos. If you know me, you know I don't like to walk too much. At this point, I was already very tired. I was like, let's go home. Ziggs and Alice and everybody were like, let's go to another location. I said, where? They said, club. I say, oh, they was. I don't even like club. I was start sleeping. I said, okay, anyways, let's go. We're in Lagos. Let me know if you want to see the club experience. Stay tuned for part 2. Bye.
Let's go run some errands and do, some market runs while I share some of my culture shocks as a Cameroonian who has been in Nigeria for a while now. First thing I noticed was that they sell their boiled eggs without pepper. You guys know the way we usually when we're selling eggs, we always make like pepper on the side for it to go with the eggs. But the way they do theirs, they don't do it like they don't sell it like that. If you're buying boiled eggs, it's just boiled eggs, no pepper. You just buy your egg, break it and peel it and just eat it like that. They don't sell theirs with pepper on the side. Another thing I noticed today was the men. There were more men selling in the markets than women. It's not really a shock, but it kind of was surprising. Like there were more men selling foodstuff in the markets than women, and it was a little surprising to me. Back home we have like more women in the markets than men, except there are other markets I haven't visited yet, but in this particular market I went to today, there were more men selling. In fact, I can say like 90% of the people in that market today were men. Another culture shock I experienced was almost everybody has a generator. It's not like back home, not like I'm trying to put down the system of Nigeria or anything, but another culture shock for me was them using cocky beans to eat like normal beans. Like it was really, really a very, very big shock for me. At first I used to think maybe no, I'm not seeing the beans, maybe on TV, I'm not seeing it very well, but I'm here and I've seen it, and they actually use cocky beans like normal beans, and it's so surprising for me. Next thing that wowed me was them selling catfish in the markets, like live catfish. Like if you look at these bowls, you see like live. It was looking very scary, but it's like wow, like people literally carry this and sell like live catfish in the market. It was very, very surprising for me. I was done like with market runs and we stopped by this place to collect a package that came from Lagos, and yeah, that was basically my some of the shocks I've experienced as somebody who has been a Cameroonian who has been in Nigeria for a while.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Travel Supreme, and welcome to my life as a Cameroonian traveling to Nigeria part 1, where I'm taking you guys through Nigeria through my eyes. I started off my trip in Abuja, and today this is everything we did on day 1. Started my day with a lovely breakfast by the pool. This is such a beautiful hotel, y'all. Like, first of all, let me just say Abuja is so relaxing, super peaceful. After breakfast, it was time to head out to town. But first, I just want to give y'all like Abuja is that girl. That girl. Okay. First things first on the list today was to stop by the MTN office to pick up a Nigerian identification number and get myself a data plan because I didn't have a data plan coming in. Usually I travel with an eSIM card, but the phone I have right now is not compatible with an eSIM. So it's definitely important you have someone who's able to get an MTN number for you using their NIN. Then it was time to get back on the road trip, y'all. We were having such a time. We were having so much fun on this car ride, but it was time to head to the airport to pick up my girl. I'm here for my friend's wedding and I'm so excited to celebrate my girl. She just landed. We're about to pick her up and her maid of honor. And we had such a great time, y'all. We picked them up and then it was time to head out into town again. But first, let's get some food. So we stopped by Zaya and Ryan's for brunch. This place is so cute. Let me tell you, just get into this aesthetic. Like if you're looking for a cozy, soft brunch vibe, this place is it. The drinks were everything. But let me tell you, the waiter is who gets the award. He was the star of the show today. He was so cool. He was so sweet, very down to earth, and just all around perfect service. The food was okay. I'm not going to lie. It wasn't the best food, but the drinks made up for it. Then it was time to head out for the night. We decided to grab suya at this soya joint. Yeah, that's right. They call it suya over here. I'm from Cameroon and we call it soya. Okay. But we stopped by this place to get the best suya in town in Abuja, and it was such a vibe. The food was so good. We were eating the suya before we even got home. See you guys tomorrow for part 2.
You know, I don't like it when people are talking about something that don't make sense and then you want to make it trend. Really? You're comparing Nigeria and Cameroon and you're making it a trend. Am I correct? Okay, wait. So 2023, Nigerian population is 230 million, 500 and something people. Cameroon is 26 million people, I beg. Divide 230 million by 26. How many times Nigeria is bigger than Cameroon? And then you want Nigerian artists, you want Cameroon artists to compare their standard of virality. When video do go viral, they call it virality. You want us to compare our level of virality? Really? You want us to compare how? How? What are the reason? If people are more than you in something, just accept they are more than us in population. As a talent, leave it. We have a lot of Cameroonians with talent, but because we don't have a push-up, none of them know to be pushed out there. That is why. That is why. When upcoming artists for Cameroon sing a music, yeah, you could be like, huh? Really? All these our top-notch stars are zero not. Yes. You have comedians, upcoming comedians. You will see that all these our Auntie Felicia and Carol, they are zero. They're just making noise. But because we don't have people to push them further, they don't see them. But in Nigeria, if you start anything in your state, by the way, Cameroon is equal to just one state in Nigeria. So when one state supports you, you don't blow. 2 states, 3 states, 4 states, you don't finish blow with that. Why are you comparing? Don't compare. Don't compare Nigeria to Cameroon. And people will say, Cameroonians don't like supporting each other, they like fighting. Cameroonians can fight each other more than Nigeria. Oh, wow. Cameroon fight each other more than Nigeria. Can Cameroon beef each other more than Nigeria? I saw last time they took Mr. Nze in Nigeria and they do how they go take Mr. Nze he account for down. You know how many Nigerians they don't take their page down? What is all this? It's not because Mr. Nze was Cameroonian that Nigerians took his page down. No, they just hated what he said. That is it. When he said he bring very dark man, he page for down every day. Is he not Nigerian?
I'm a Cameroonian married to a Nigerian man. Of course, I speak both countries pidgin English. I'm a Cameroonian married to a Nigerian man. Of course, when both countries were playing, I was supporting the winning team. Cheers. I'm a Cameroonian married to an Igbo man, a Nigerian man. Of course, when both countries are fighting on social media, it has nothing to do with me or their Buhara. I have nothing to say. I am quiet. I'm a Cameroonian married to a Nigerian man. Of course, in Cameroon, when lights goes off, we say Eneo don't take light. But in Nigeria, they say NEPA don't collect their light. NEPA don't take their light. I'm a Cameroonian married to an Igbo man. Of course, I receive breakfast in bed every day. I'm a Cameroonian married to an Igbo man. Of course, I get portraits, random portraits, anytime. At any time without me expecting it. Lastly, I'm a Cameroonian married to an Igbo man. And I'm proud to be a Ngwa wife. Very proud.